Welcome to my channel. I wanted to present in public one very interesting topic, at least from my point of view, that is about how to get promoted. That's very practical for so many people that they got locked in one position for a long time, or they are deceived because they are not able to promote quick enough. So I prepared some slides and I want to go through them. And of course, at the end, if you have any further questions, you can leave them in the comments. Thank you very much. So, how to get promoted? That's a question, okay? That's something maybe you are asking for a long time. So the summary is you desire a change, but you don't know how, okay? If you understand the rules, if you know how to work the system, you can increase your ratio of getting this promotion, okay? This is not easy. You need to understand that there are so many challenges that maybe you are not even aware of them, but you need to get ready today to be able to exercise tomorrow. The salary raise is slightly different. When we are talking about promotion, is to change position, is to change your hat, to change everything or almost everything you are working on. Raise salary is going to be handled in a final slide at the end, and I'm going to talk what you can do if you just want to focus in a salary raise without changing your position. So my experience, let's talk about me because that's what I know. Of course, I have listened and I have read and I have understand a lot of other people, but let's talk about me first. So in my career, okay, I have been wearing several hats. This one was kind of more internship. The second one was focused on security. I was doing more individual contributor, but talking about security, pen testing, offensive, defensive. Next, I was as more developer, more IC on the area of developing architecture performance. And finally, I'm in more in a management position. Okay. Here, these are 5 companies, A, B, C, D, A. You can see them in LinkedIn. This is the time I spend in the company. So, in average, for just becoming proficient, okay, good individual contributor, I spend this time, and it's the many people that they are in the companies. I'm not writing here, which is what are the topics of this company. So each one of them was different. I'm not sure if it's good or bad. I was able to see different industries, different markets, but some people that they just focus in one specific industry on their life, maybe that's a strong point for them. But that's my experience. Okay, so I was able to change hat between the different steps of my career, especially in my last company, which I was able to promote several times. Okay, so outside of the paid works, there are unpaid hobbies. The unpaid hobbies, I think, is something very important because it's getting you ready for understanding other kind of positions, other roles, other hats that we call. So I have been a student coordinator, I have been a politician, I have been an entrepreneur, I try to create several companies, all or almost all of them fail, etc. No, I have been traveling around the world because you want to understand the culture of different people. So it's not only technically speaking, you need to be to improve as a human. And all of this opened my eyes, okay, for taking the next steps. So let's go to the fundamentals, okay? Let's go to really the theory. So are you ready? That's one of the most important questions. So first, let's talk about you, okay? So while we're doing these slides, maybe you can be thinking yourself like, okay, I'm squaring about what Sergio is saying. Does make sense what he's explaining? So first, it's about you, okay? You is where you want to be, where you want to be in the next years, where you want to be happy, okay? That's important. You are working in a company because at the end, you want to be happy. You want a retribution, you want a money, you want a salary, but at the end of the day, you want to be happy. And when you are getting a promotion that goes aligned with your specialty, you become an expert. Okay, maybe that's what makes you happy. You are, for example, in my case, it's more technically speaking, not someone who knows more about the low-level details. But maybe you want to be more a generalist, someone who is a manager, a HR manager, or maybe you want to change and to be in another kind of work, maybe from a from in my case also from a technical person to a business person, okay, or a marketing or a designer or something else that is not, and it's a career change. So it's very important you understand yourself, you know yourself, you understand what do you want to be in the next years, okay, because you're going to spend a lot of time. So let me show you something pretty cool. I think is these are the jobs that I showed you before, and these are some of the skills that I was getting during doing this job. So at the end of the day, what's happening is when you are doing your different jobs, you are required, okay, you are learning different skills, different methodologies, and you are applying to the next jobs. No, so at the end, you are growing. You are growing. Some people they get bored of the previous one. They want to change. They want to change, but at the end, from my point of view, the inertia is incrementally. You are learning more skills to go to the next level, not to the future, to the right side, but at the end, you have everything that happened in the past, no? Or at least you're gonna be able to remember faster than if you never learn that. Okay, so that's kind of the graph that you need to visualize yourself. Like, okay, what have I done? Where I am? Okay, here Sergio. Where is Sergio? And now where he wants to go in the future. Okay, that's very important to understand your inertia about you. Okay, so that's super important. You. That's the first point. The second point is your company direction. Okay, so how is working your company? How is doing? How is the team dynamics? No, how the people they are organized in the company? Okay, how is growing the company? Companies that they're growing more, that you're gonna have more opportunities. That companies that they don't grow so much. If the bosses, if your managers, they are setting up for success. Okay, if you have the all the elements necessary to take the next challenge. Okay, then it's about your results. Okay, in your position, what results you are getting. Okay, and then your boss, what is the relation with your boss, how it's working. So aside of what I mentioned before, like you need to understand yourself, you need to understand where you are, your company. That's very, very important. And then related with the company, you need to understand what is a business. Because if you want to grow and you want to get promoted, you need to understand what makes sense for a business, for the point of view of an investor, the board, the leadership, etc. Okay, you need to understand that. And I describe here a little bit. So it's exchange value, okay, for money. That's very important. Okay, value. Value can be in different types, but you are providing this value to a third party, okay, someone who is going to be paying you. Of course, we need to talk about money because that's the currency we use for exchanging properties, but that's not all. Everything is not money, okay? It could be value for something for the future, for something else that is even more than money, but I'm not going to go inside that. So you're selling a service or a product, that's the main thing. There are more types, but that's the main thing. There are always customers, okay? So if it's the same that there are customers, there is someone who is a boss. Maybe there is a customer who is a boss if you have your own company, but there is always a customer and there is your boss. Time is the only constant that is same for everybody, all the humans. Maybe you are paying less than your boss, but you have the same time. And there's plenty of unknowns. You need to understand this is a business. And when you understand better the business, you can play better along the rules. So here, this graph, for me, is very important because you need to understand that the more you grow in the scale of the company, the more responsibility you have. And this responsibility means that if you make a mistake when you're in leadership, imagine you own a department and you set up a new project that doesn't go anywhere, okay? You're spending a lot of money from the company. The company is suffering a lot because your wrong decision. But when you're a worker and you are, let's say, designing one class and the class is properly not done, okay, it affects, but it's not so bad. That's the point here. Okay, so more you grow in the scale, more responsibility, more you can make worse mistake. So to become that kind of more senior person, you need to understand more things to avoid or mitigate the risk that you can generate. Okay, that's this picture. So I made in the past some slides and I present in one meetup. Sadly, I don't have the video, but you have here the slides in my LinkedIn. So feel free to go there and learn more about at least how I have been working as a manager. I was an engineering manager. So I think it's pretty interesting. So feel free to go there. What is wrong No, what is happening that is wrong, and that's why you are not getting this promotion. Only it's from my point of view, but I think it's important for you to think twice. So, as I said in my previous video about worship, you need to ask the right question. Okay, to be asking the right question is gonna help you to remove the blockers and then successfully get the promotion you are searching. So first section, not your fault. Okay, this is something that you can do for you. Okay, to change that, but maybe that's happening. So one of the things that normally happens is you are waiting that your boss recognize you. Okay, that's you are just waiting. Okay, yeah, my boss knows that I'm very good. He's gonna promote me one day. Yeah, sure. Yes, you are waiting. You are waiting. You are waiting. Too long. Of course, when I'm saying waiting is not a short period of time, is you're waiting a long time. Or you are waiting that someone else is leaving. Okay, this manager is gonna leave, so they are gonna give me the promotion to me. Okay, that's something that you are waiting, you are waiting, you are waiting. You are just there in a passive mode. Okay, you're gonna understand later. Match yourself to some rubrics. Okay, probably the rubrics has been written by someone else. Maybe the rubrics they are not accurate. Maybe they're like okay, maybe they are not really the fit you are searching for. Maybe they're just blocking you. Okay, you're gonna need to tweak with them. But at the end, it's something that is coming from the company and it's not helping you. Okay. Wait until someone can replace you. One of the problems is when you are getting promoted, you are leaving a position that you are proficient doing that position, and then you need someone to replace you. Okay, you are waiting. Yes. Oh, maybe my boss is gonna hire someone who is gonna replace me, and then I can be the boss. No, maybe that's the attitude that we're getting. And one of the sentences that you probably have listened sometimes is like, "Now is not the right moment." No, no, no. It's not the right moment. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Later will happen. Okay. So this is not your fault. Okay. There are more elements that they are making you wait. This is not only what you know. Maybe there are things that you don't know. That's a common thing. But at the end of the day, you are waiting. No, they're waiting. So things that they are your fault. Okay. Things that you can improve from right now. So you don't understand the role expectations. You are an individual contributor, you are a designer, you are just making mockups, but you want to become a manager, okay? Or maybe you want to become a better individual contributor, and you want to be senior, and you want to be kind of principal designer or something like that, or you just want. So you don't understand what is the next position. You just didn't spend enough time to say, okay, I understand what are going to be the problems, what are the risks, how it's going to belong the team. You don't understand that, and your boss knows that you don't understand that. That's why he's not going to give you a promotion, because he knows that in the moment that you're promoted, you're going to make a mistake. Okay, so you don't understand the expectations. You think that it's too easy. You think that become a manager, become a boss, it means like, okay, yeah, it's easy. I'm just going to give orders. That's it. No, it's much more than that. And maybe you are showing to the others by something you are doing that you don't understand the role expectations. You don't have related experience. This is related with the graph I showed you before. People, they they are hired, okay, in the companies because they have a track of experience. They have done the same several times, normally 3 times, and they are success. So you want people that they know what they do, okay? You want to, as I mentioned, mitigate the risk. Okay, you don't want to hire someone in a senior position in your company who has not walked the path. They haven't experienced this problem, because if they come in a high position and they made a mistake, that's going to be terrible. So you don't have the experience. Maybe you think you have the experience because you did a side project, etc., but that's not the same. Okay, you need to prove several times that you are there. Okay, that's one key point for big companies or medium companies to be hiring you. Okay, you need to prove that. Maybe you are not there. Maybe you think that you are too young. Okay, you want to go too quick there. Low self-awareness, that's very important. Okay, maybe in the 2 points that I mentioned right now, you are not aware that you are not so strong, you are not so senior. Maybe you are comparing with people that they are not so good. Maybe you are juniors and you are better than the juniors, but it doesn't mean that you are a senior in the industry, in the market, in someone else. Okay, so you need to meditate here and say, okay, where I am, what's my position, what is the value that I'm providing. Okay, that's very, very, very important. We're gonna be fixing that, don't worry. Not working on the extra mile. Okay, maybe you are just doing your work, maybe that's everything is fine, maybe you are accomplishing. Okay, that's great. We are okay here in the company, but you're not really working harder than you expect, because when you get promoted, everything is going to become much more difficult for you. You're going to have new challenges. You're going to have to wear different hats. You're going to need to change how you're working with people, how you interact. And if you are not able and you are not going to ready to do more than is expected, you are not going to be able to achieve that level. Because in the moment you are there, you're going to crash, and then your previous boss is going to need to get someone else, is going to waste a lot of time, etc. You are not giving the confidence. So you need to be working extra mile, because this is going to be a requirement later, at least in the first months until you get used to the new role. Okay. Some people, they are very young and they become impatient. They think that they know too much. They are like, okay, no, try to slow down, try to get ready. Okay, that's gonna be important key. So of course, I don't know your case, I don't know your situation. It depends. Every person depends, but it's a pattern. Okay, it's something that is happens around time. And then the final one, and for me that's also very, 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 very important, is even you are in a manager position and you want to grow even higher. Um, Sometimes your ego, your own yourself, is jeopardizing. Okay, the fact that you're afraid, like, oh, what's gonna happen if I do this? If I get promoted, I want more, 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 but I'm not providing a consistency. So your own fear is making you fail, and that's very important. You need to become a better person if you really want to get farther. Okay, that's one of the keys. You need to become a very nice person, because you're going to need to interact with very high level people. You're going to need to have a very difficult conversations. You need to be there ready. Okay, and if you are a person that is more how can I say, more unstable somehow, that's going to be working against you, no? So I think that's something you can work yourself to make better, and then it's gonna, by default, it's gonna help you to go to these positions. Okay, okay, the right process. Okay, that's the key. That's the key of the presentation. Okay, this is what you are interested about. In general, people, they are asking. Okay, they are asking, oh, when, how can I get promoted? You need to stop asking. You need to start giving. You need to start offering. You need to start providing more value to the company. That's the key. It's not about going to your boss and give me more. It's like go to your boss and say, hey, how can I help you? What can I do for you? That's the key if you want to get promoted. Okay, so get the initiative. You need to start changing your mindset. You are not just more anymore the guy who is like there waiting, doing like the job of that you know how to do your job. You need to start changing your attitude. You need to act like a leader. You need to start influencing. You need to start going with them and helping the people. You need to be the teacher, the leader, the person who is motivating everybody to go to the company and make it better, and grow together and have fun together. That's key. Okay, you don't need to be the loser. Okay, you need to be the winner. And to be the winner is like, hey, I'm motivated, I'm making motivated. If you do this, everything else is gonna come. Okay, you don't need to do much more. Okay, if you are working and acting and really it really is happening, you are the winner, everything else is going to come, because people, they are going to recognize you, and the right leaders, they're going to put you in the right place. Okay, but that's super important. You need to change that. You need to change the negativeness and go positiveness. You need to share your motivations. You need to make sure that everybody's aware where you want to be, how you want to be, etc. You need to share that. Okay, managers, other peer guys, co-workers, but especially managers, you need to explain. Okay, you need to be very honest and very transparent and say, okay, I would like to be here in 6 months. Okay, you explain. You need to do that exercise. Okay, and you need to make it happen by yourself. But there is consistency. Okay, consistency needs to be there. Of course, you need to seek excellence in your current job. If you are doing excellence in your current job, probably in the next job, if you are motivated, okay, in the next hat, in the next role, in the next completely different position, you're gonna be motivated to learn and to make the best. Okay, probably you're gonna need time for learning. There's an opportunity, but that's it. And then you need to start learning for your desired job. Imagine that you are like, okay, I want to be leadership. I want to be in the future chief finance officer. Okay, yeah, sure. Start listening podcasts about that topic. Start trying to do your own company and try to do some Excels and try to prepare templates, try to go to web page and share with people, try to go to communities, try to read more articles, buy some books. You need to start reading, because in the moment you are there, you need to apply the knowledge. You won't have that so much time to getting ready. Okay, so you need to be ready in the moment you got the position. You need to weigh up that, and then focus on increase and compound investment. This is something very important, because the higher you are, the more senior you are, you need to work less but do more. Okay, your productivity needs to increase 10%, and this 10% every time you get promoted needs to be happening, because you are not working in more projects, you are working in projects that they're going to be successful. You are selecting better. You smell what is the right thing and the wrong thing. Okay, and to, as I mentioned before, to ask the right question. That's something you need to grow a lot. Okay, so that's very important. So how to do that? My proposal for you is, write a constructive proposal. You need to write down a document, something, and you need to explain the different things that what you think, okay, that is happening in the company. So provide the full context, identify clearly the root issues, and then you are going to need, as I mentioned, to offer. Okay, you need to explain how you are going to be achieving these milestones. Okay, you're going to set milestones for yourself. You're going to solve the problem you are explaining. Okay, you are saying to your manager or to your managers to say, hey, there is a problem because we are not growing the company, we are not providing enough value, or we can provide more value, or we can cut some value, something is huge, so we can do this. You need to have this mindset. Okay, you need to say to your boss, I'm going to help you, I'm going to solve your life. Okay, that's the mindset. And then yeah, what do you need to get these results? Okay, sometimes you're going to be blocked, maybe sometimes you're going to need a small bigger team, maybe you're going to need to reorganize some people. You need to work closer to your boss. Okay, that's important that you are having a very good relation with your manager, you have you admire each other, etc. You need to do that. But the point here is you need to write down a document or with this stuff, and you need to share with your manager, and you need to move on that. Okay, that's key. That's key. And then there is another way you can do stuff, and that's gonna make you very senior. And is taking better decisions, and you need to document and write down how you took the decisions. Okay, because when you are making documentation and you are explaining properly, you can improve. You can understand what made that decision wrong in the future, and then next time you're gonna make it better. So one of the decision matrix, okay, I explain here how to do, or you can take a look to the webpage. It's very simple, okay, just rows, columns, and the criteria, and then you are just giving some score to each one of the criteria. You sum all the numbers, and then you choose the highest number. And of course, in the next step, for example, you can write down what made you think that criteria was this score. Okay, there are different levels. It's up to you, but this is a tool that can help you a lot to decide your next step in your life. Advisors, general advisors. Retribution is important, okay, but it's secondary. You want to talk first about how you can make the company better. You don't really want to focus the talk about give me more money, give me more salary. No, that's not the point. Or promote me. No, it's like, hey, you are gonna get promoted because you are making the right job. Okay, the promotions can be different, but you don't really want to dig in too much. Okay, you don't want to make the topic of the conversation. You want to just casually talk about the retribution, like, oh, I'm gonna get something, or is something gonna happen, are we gonna change? The companies that they're growing a lot, they have more opportunities. That's a fact. Share it with multiple coworkers. At the end of the day, the proposal, you want to ensure that everybody understands you, and sometimes they help you. Okay, maybe you are like, hey guys, I want to become a manager. I want to be the person who is going to protect you. How can I protect you? What are you doing that? And maybe you can share a survey. Maybe you can prepare things that making sure that you have the team with you. Okay, and they are going to help you in the bad moments. About being manipulated, this is something when I wrote this, it's more about your manager. Maybe you go to your manager right now with the proposal, and he's gonna be like, oh no, you still need to do this, we cannot promote you because things are kind of excuses. Okay, let's be careful, okay, because the last point is gonna be against this, but be careful what you are listening, okay, and how you are reacting to what he's telling you. Because depends your attitude as a human, he can be affecting you. At the end, the manager is someone who is good psychologically speaking, okay, and sometimes it's being used for your benefit, like okay, I want you to really grow, and sometimes it's not. In some companies, that's not the case. Okay, so I don't know your situation, so just be careful with being manipulated. But be ready to accept a no. This is very important. Maybe you go with a proposal and your boss is going to tell you, I mean, really, it's not the right moment. Really, I cannot promote you because you are not ready. Hey, you need to understand, like, okay, maybe you are not ready. Maybe you need to grow more. Maybe you just having 1 year of experience and you think that you are nailing your current job and maybe you are not doing so well. You need to understand that. Okay, that's super, super important. So when you go with the proposal, be open mind to listen and no, you are not ready. Of course, ask why. Okay, you always need the answer. Okay, but at the end of the day, it's not your manager who is going to be taking from your hand and making you sure that it gets a promotion. You need to be the person who is getting the promotion by yourself. You need to get ready for that, okay, by yourself. That's not the manager job to make you be promoted. He can be kind, but you need to get ready for yourself. And then at the end, be reasonable, okay? This is very related with everything else. Maybe the company is not in a moment that can promote you. Maybe they cannot. Maybe that's something happened. Maybe that's not the right moment right now. Maybe you are ready, you are promoted. Maybe you have all the skills. But maybe they need the position and they cannot because there is no one higher position. Maybe there is no senior. Maybe there are no principal. If they make you principal, they need to be fair and maybe they're gonna need to raise your salary. They cannot, etc. So I don't know. So try to understand the whys and try to do the exercise to analyze that. But don't be mad because you made the proposal and you are helping people and you are making better and people there, your managers they are like, oh, we cannot. Of course, you need to work with that. Okay? You need to work with that, but don't get mad, don't get frustrated. That's super important. Be emotionless. I mentioned. Alternatives. Okay, imagine that this is not working. What can you do? The first thing is ask the peer feedback. Maybe other people can give you advices like, okay, what's going on that you are not making something right? Maybe you have some attitudes that they are not working at all. Maybe that's a red flag. Maybe everything else is working, but something is not working. You need to reinvent yourself. Maybe you want to change career. Maybe you are not doing what you should be doing. Maybe you need to change completely. Maybe that's something completely broken. Maybe you are just a COBOL developer and there is no position for a senior developer in your life. No, maybe you need to change completely. You need to invest time, but you need to change. Maybe you need to change company. Maybe you are not in the right place. Maybe I don't know. Be careful. Okay, be careful with these decisions. But maybe that's you are not in the right company. It's not a fit. Maybe the company is not working right. And and this is one of my strongest advices, but also strongest and the worst advices is create your own company. I mean, so I have seen so many people that they are telling me, oh no, Sergio, I'm ready, I can do this, I know a lot, I'm there. Yes, sure, of course, yeah, create your own company. I mean, just if you have the confidence that you have because you are telling me that you are so good, please create your company and show us to everybody that you can do that, no? So why not? Of course, why not? Because so many reasons. Because you're gonna need a team. You're gonna need to think things that you never thought about. So if this is happening in your mind right now when I'm saying this, is because maybe you had to do the exercise. Maybe you were not ready to do the boss position because you don't know everything else that is gonna be affecting you. No, you have been in just in doing some very narrow position that were requirement things that were very small, no? They were very in a niche, no? It was not too broad, no? This was not talking about marketing designers, other departments that you are like, okay, I don't want to do sales. But hey, if you create your own company, if you want to be the manager, you're gonna need to talk with the sales team to make sure that your products that you are defining is being sold, no? So maybe there are things that you don't like it, and then you're gonna find out that to be the boss is not so easy, no? So that's one of my proposals. Like, okay, if you think that you are so good, think twice about creating your own company. Maybe it's gonna work very well. Maybe you are there. So think twice. Okay, so you are maybe seeking only for a salary raise. Maybe you are like, okay, Sergio, I don't want a promotion. I just want to be better paid. Um, two very important things. Understand your value for the company. So the company, you are a number. At the end of the day, you are a number. Maybe you are there in the limit of the number. Maybe they cannot raise your salary because that, or maybe no. Maybe they are getting a lot of money from you, and you need to know that. You need to know where you are in the company. Okay, what is the number for you in the company, and you need to check outside the company. What is the market value of your role? How much people similar to you are doing outside. Maybe there is a bubble, maybe be careful, but check it. Know the numbers. When you have the information, you can make it better. Think it twice. Leaving a company or doing something crazy because you wanted a salary raise but you didn't got it, maybe it's gonna affect more things of your life. Maybe it was not so easy to get that. Maybe you were a bad fit. It depends, but think it twice. Don't do a quick and non-informed decision. Consider other benefits aside the salary. Maybe you are talking with your manager and you are like, "Hey, I want to get a salary raise," but maybe you can get something else. Maybe you can get the car from the company, maybe something else. So discuss other benefits. Maybe more holidays. Maybe they are paying you some courses. Talk about that, no? Instead, open your mind, think out of the box, and then maybe what you need is decrease your life cost. Instead of spending so much money, maybe you need to decrease that. No, maybe you need another style of your life. It's up to you. It's up to you to decide. But for me, the most important is understand what is your valuation on the market and the company, and then find out. Okay, does it make sense? Can I find a job that is gonna be easy to take more money? And think it twice because some companies they're gonna pay you more, but they're gonna really you are not gonna be happy, and that's what you don't want. You want to be in a place that you are okay paid and you are happy. So that's your final goal. Okay, that's not your goal of like making tons of money that later you don't know what to do with that. So that's it. Thank you very much for the time. It has been 30 minutes, longer than I expected. Feel free to leave the comments up down. I will reply to them. Okay, bye bye. Thank you.